Hey, welcome World Entertainment, and we have some news regarding Alien Earth and its casting because they've just added Peter Dinklage to the cast as a recurring role. I wonder if he's going to play a facehugger. He's the right size, I suppose. Maybe an alien egg. But we're going to have a look at. There's literally no real information about who he's playing or anything like that. So the article we're going to look at, yeah, they try and fill it out by talking about season 1 and shit. We'll talk a little bit about it, and then we'll kind of break down really where this show's going to go and stuff. So it says, we recently got confirmation that FX is moving forward with a second season of Noah Hawley's Alien Earth, and the series has now added an Emmy Award-winning actor to its cast. According to Deadline, Game of Thrones alum Peter Dinklage has joined season 2 of Alien Earth, but details on his role are being kept under wraps. Now, other than what they're about to announce that he's previously been in, which is Infinity War, X-Men, Toxic Avenger, and blah blah blah. That's it. That's the entire... This article goes on and on and on and on. That's it for everything they want to mention about Peter Dinklage joining this show. They don't even add in that it's like in a recurring role, right? It's just like, okay, that's it. You're literally just putting information. He's joined the cast. It's like, well, okay. So, it's by the way, this part I do want to read because it is funny how Noah Hawley describes how the show ended in season 1. So it says, the season 1 final of Alien Earth, The Real Monsters, concluded with Wendy, Hermit, and the other hybrids, along with a pair of xenomorphs, taking control of Prodigy Research Center and imprisoning Boy Cavalier, Kirsch, Dame Sylvia, Autumn Ends, and Morrow. A victory, but possibly a short-lived one. By the way, when it says Wendy, Hermit, and the other hybrids, Hermit is not a hybrid. That was Wendy's brother. If anyone didn't know that, you know, for the smart one of you who didn't watch this piece of crap of a show. But this is what Holly told Empire shortly after the episode aired. Now keep in mind, everybody, pretty much nobody watched the show, but the ones who did, the one big thing, even for people who did enjoy it, the handful of them there was, even they had a massive issue with the whole xenomorph becoming a pet. And he said this, that moment of now we rule is such an exhilarating moment for the audience. And then the question is, well, it was an exhilarating moment when Dustin Hoffman ran out of the church and they got on the bus in The Graduate, but what comes after? The Weyland-Yutani ships are coming and all they have is problems. He says that now we rule was such an exhilarating moment for the audiences, like they were going, oh hell yeah. No, because every single person's focus on that whole scene was, why in the fuck are the two xenomorphs pets? We got the big one, and now we have the little one, and they're being controlled. They're pets. Why is that happening? That is what really happened with the whole end of Alien Earth. But where do they go from here? That is one of the big questions, of course, is, well, where do they go? Because all the type of questions they were setting up, they never even dared to ask and answer in the show, which was unfortunate because you set up the idea of, we're taking human consciousness, and more specifically, the consciousness of a child, putting it into a synthetic body that's an adult. What are the repercussions of this? What are the legal standings for this? What is, like, the moral standings for this? And they never asked it. They started to almost hint that they were about to ask, and then they just didn't. So, and of course, the xenomorph almost became a second thought in the show, and then it just fell apart once the thing became a pet. It was like, oh, okay. And the fact that her brother, Wendy's brother Hermit, became bulletproof because of the script. Like, the xenomorph in the first few episodes was running around the place, tearing absolutely everything it saw, a brand new asshole. And I mean, literally, the second it sees them, boom, it goes in there and kills them. Except Hermit. It just throws him across the room. It was like, really? This is what we're doing? You can't show it being that ferocious in groups of people but then not be that ferocious with the one guy that you stuck in there that you know you can't kill. It was so stupid. So, who is Peter Dinklage going to end up actually playing in this thing? Now, it says a recurring role. Now, the last time we've been hearing that word being used regarding people showing up in these big shows, you're lucky if you get them for more than 2 episodes. For instance, Paul Giamatti and Tatiana Maslany were said to have big recurring roles in Starfleet Academy. They were in 3 episodes in the entire show. Tilly, the character of Tilly, recurring role. Not just a recurring role, she was the first name ever mentioned to be cast in Starfleet Academy. Yeah, she had 1 episode. So what can we expect from Peter Dinklage and that word being floated about of a recurring role? What, is he going to be like in 2 episodes? I bet you he's going to be some sort of Weyland-Yutani spokesperson. I guarantee you that's what he's going to... It would be fucking hilarious if they make him a synthetic. Could you, man, like, seriously, think of it. It's midget synthetic. Talk about having a little number in your back pocket. God damn. Seriously, what is he supposed to do against a xenomorph? Or any of these aliens we've seen in this bloody show? There's nothing. He'd be whipped a brand new one in the millisecond. So, and of course, we still have Tia Celis, the eyeball, now walking around in the dead body, which made no sense. It was like, if it needed anybody, dead or alive, why wasn't it jumping into every dead body that was around it? They made a balls of that one. And then they tried to say, oh no, it could always do that. It's like, don't give us that bullshit. They tried to say, did you not know it did that because the cat it was in at the beginning was dead? It's like, well, you just crashed the ship, so surely that's probably where we thought it had taken over the cat, and the cat got that damage from the crash. You didn't explain that very well, did you? So that's on them. But is he going to be a good addition? Maybe. I don't think he's going to float the boat for this at all. I don't think the name Peter Dinklage is bringing people to sign up to watch Alien Earth Season 2. Seriously. I wonder if they cast another midget, would he go nuts? Get up on his little high horse again and start screaming, oh, you can't do that. And it's funny that he seems to be the only one of his people that can actually perform in Hollywood. Anyone else gets the job, he freaks out by the looks of it. But Alien Earth Season 2, it's probably anywhere close to being released. This thing probably isn't coming out until 2028. He's being added in what capacity? Don't know. For all we know, he could end up in 2 episodes. Overall, I'm not excited about the show, and quite frankly, I couldn't give 2 fucks about Peter Dinklage being added to it. But what do you guys think? Are you interested in seeing who or what he could play? Because seriously, there's a high possibility he could play an alien. Think of it. Little one of those eggs opens up, and instead of a facehugger, Peter Dinklage. Goddamn. But let me know what you guys think. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.